Don't you know either, Buster?
Now, Lucy, what are you trying to do?
Lucy. Is that my name?
Hello and welcome. This week we're going to be looking at who are we? We're going to answer some questions to kind of figure that out, and in the process you'll get to know me a little bit better as well. So first of all, I should start by saying my name is Jenny, and welcome again to What the Feels, where we talk about and try to figure out feelings, emotions, identity.
Let's go already!
It starts with a prompt, I am someone who, so here we go. I am someone who loves butterflies. I think it was sometime as a high schooler, maybe even in junior high, I started really getting into butterflies, and then people just started associating butterflies with me, and so that became part of my identity. They don't seem to have a care in the world, and that is not me. I have a lot of cares, especially when it comes to other people and what they think about me, but butterflies, they don't care about what people think about them. They just flutter around, and so in that sense, I guess I want to aspire to be like them. But I am someone who cannot say no to others, except for my husband. So unfortunately, he gets the no end of the stick, where everybody else gets the yes end. Yes, I am someone who can touch my nose with my tongue. It's something I've used on my resume quite often. I think I've gotten quite a few jobs because of it. I probably shouldn't admit that, because now you're probably going to want to see it. It's not a very flattering pose to touch your nose to your tongue, but trust me, I can. My nose can touch my tongue. I promise. I promise. I am someone who has a desire to learn a lot of things. I will learn one thing after the next. So right now, of course, is learning how to make YouTube videos, and I have been enjoying that. I am someone who can't wait to go to Hawaii. And I'm really excited to go because I've seen images and pictures of it. I have heard what people do, and it just sounds like a very, it seems like it has everything. You could be calm, fun, and exciting. It even has history, so it has a variety of different ways to entertain. Yeah, I want to go there someday. I am someone who wishes that others would think about their actions before they make them, because a lot of times their actions have an impact on others that they're not considering. A lot of times I feel like people just aren't paying attention to others. They're kind of off in their own bubble. I think that the world would be a better place if we all considered others more than being in our little bubble. I am someone that everyone seems to laugh with, or maybe they're laughing at me. I'm not sure. It's probably a mixture of both. I am someone who usually forgets to turn off the lights. Much to the chagrin of my husband, I leave the lights on all the time, so he has to go around and turn off all the lights. It seems very immature. I feel like I'm a child, but that's just been my practice, I guess. And it's like I'm so busy going to the next destination, I haven't really stopped to even just turn off the lights. That's kind of a metaphor for my whole life. I'm so just moving on to the next thing. I'm not even stopping to reflect and process. And same thing with the lights. Just go on to the next room. Leave the lights on. Who cares? You'll get back to it sometime, right? Crazy. I am someone who is thankful for forgiveness, because without forgiveness, you really can't have relationships. We are all bound to make mistakes. We are not perfect. So I'm very thankful that forgiveness exists, that it's out there, that people can be big enough to accept someone for making a mistake, for having faults, and then move on from that. And I would say I'm thankful for forgiveness that I am able to give to others. And I'm also thankful for forgiveness that is given to me. Some of my thoughts as I was going through this, it seems a little bit hokey, really, because I mean, these are questions that I would say it's kind of like small talk, but it's almost like you have to do the small talk with yourself before you move on to the more deeper conversations that you have with yourself. But once I realized that, it made it easier because I feel like it's almost like you have to do that baby stuff before you get into the more mature stuff. If that means that it gets me to the deeper conversations that I need to have with myself. And then secondly, I also realized that I wanted to have like a set answer. And maybe you can relate. I've answered these questions and I feel like, okay, they're done. Check mark. Now off to the next question. Once you've figured it out about yourself, you know who you are, then it's set in stone. And it shouldn't be set in stone. It should be evolving. What would be a good picture for that? So obviously, once a master is done with the sculpture, then the sculpture is done forever and ever, and there it is, laying out for everyone to see. But this is something different. Actually, this would be more like the Grand Canyon. It wasn't just one summer, boom, there's the Grand Canyon. It has to be over time. The Grand Canyon is etched away bit by time. Time is the factor here. Now, answering questions about other things, I may not have that same feeling, but when it comes to myself, it's almost like it needs to be wrapped in a box and tied with a bow and then set it aside, and then there it is, and then not have to look at it again. But that's not a good thing. Life is all about change, and so I may have liked butterflies back then, but is it okay for me? I'm using this as an example, I think, because it was so tied to my identity for so long. And then it became like where people knew and found out that I liked butterflies, so then I would be getting butterfly things. And then it's like, okay, I guess I still like butterflies. And I mean, I do, maybe not to the same extent, but it's okay for me to stop liking butterflies now and like something else. It's okay for me to feel one way at one time, but now feel a different way at another time. With the constant asking myself these questions again and again and again, and being okay with having different answers, I think I just need to see it like that. I am the Grand Canyon. And bit by bit, I will learn more about myself, and I will change and evolve bit by bit, year by year. It actually takes a load off my shoulders to just say that I don't have to have everything set in stone when it comes to myself. I can be a work in progress.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
So that is what we got today. I hope that you got to know me a little bit better, and I would love to get to know you a little bit better. Please answer one of these questions and comment, and I would love to know some more about you. I hope that you join me next time, and with that, I will say goodbye. This is video 13. I can't believe we're already on video number 13. It's kind of amazing. Half of my hilarity is like mixing things up. My mouth is working faster than my brain. I think that's it. It's usually the other way around, right? No, not for me.